H-Town, what's up? America, what's up? Around the world, what's up? Welcome to the Chop Shop, the best 120 minutes of your day. Yours truly, Robert Hatt, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over this world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Monday. What's going on, everybody? What's up? Let me shout out to my starting five today. And the starting five is we affectionately call them the starting five because they are the first five people that start the show out. They first five people who sign up to the Chop Shop feed. So let me go back to the top of the feed and see who were the five. We got Alex Sestero. We got D. Holcomb. We got, who else we got? Rod Wells. We got Mindy Collins. We got Corey Willis. And our sixth man of the day is Daryl Anderson. What's up, Daryl? I hope you're back safely, you and Tony. Happy anniversary again. But we also have, what's up, Dad Moody from Chicago. We got, Joseph Baldridge from Chicago. But he lives in Houston now. Hey, Kim Jackson, Jeremy Davis. What's up, Rod Wells, Dr. Newsom. Who else? Gary Sinclair's in the building. Karen Thomas is in the building. What's up, Nicholas Best? Hey, Madonna. Let me see. You know I got to shout out to my people. Ivan Petty, Troy Callahan. Let me keep going. Okay. All right. Do me a favor. You know how we started the show off. Let's share the show right now so your friends and family can know the Chop Shop is on right now. Text somebody, tell somebody, tag somebody, and let them know the Chop Shop is on. Let them know. Chop Shop, we're in the building today. It's Monday. It's so much stuff going on. I don't know where to start. What's up there? Jason Peters from Memphis, Tennessee is in the building. But let me see where I want to start. Y'all, I was about, guess what, y'all? I was about 30 seconds behind today. I know y'all was wondering, it did pop on at this about 30, because I was listening to commentary and reading about Adam Clayton Powell. Y'all know I'm in this quest to learn as much as I can about Adam Clayton Powell, and former U.S. congressman out of New York and out of Harlem. And it was just getting so good, y'all. I'm telling you, I didn't even look at the clock. And then I popped up. I said, okay. So, but what I got today for y'all? I got some good. Here we go. First of all, who that? Who that talking about? There's one person I can't wait to come on this show. Talking about the Doug Jones. What's the name of the team? Y'all, I'm slipping my mind. The Patriots. Yeah. New England Patriots. New Orleans Saints beat them. I am so glad that they beat them because y'all was about to tear Jameis Winston's head off, and I am so glad he came back and redeemed himself. I mean, because they were, oh my God, the critics, they were circling. They were circling. A lot of stuff happening yesterday. People. What that is Moody. He was lobbying for the young man Justin Fields to get out on the field and start. And Justin didn't do so well yesterday. Thaddeus, I want to know what you thought about that. Somebody said, "Oh my God, it was horrible. They had to leave." Where did y'all go? Who lost? Who lost on the weekend? Oklahoma lost. Y'all tell me who lost. Who lost over the weekend? Y'all have your own little old sidebar, but I happen to see it up there. Who lost this weekend that Karen, you said it was horrible, you had to leave? Who lost? Dale Griggs, I don't like that Dale Griggs because I love Tom Brady. I love Tom Brady, and guess what? Hey, let me tell you something. Dale, when I saw the drop pass by Gronk, another drop pass by somebody else, and a couple of little mishaps. That game was winnable. And guess what? Boy, let me tell y'all remember now, Tom them lost a lot last year too. But they wound up being the Super Bowl champions. But don't stop there. Oh, you talking about Klein Forrest. Oh, Klein Forrest. See, y'all got to help. What happened? What's been happening in high school football in Houston? Who's the best team in Houston, y'all? Who the best high school football team in Houston? Just let me know. Put it up on the screen. What's up, Rick? A&M lost. I mean, I expect for A&M to lose. I mean, I'm serious. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did y'all see what Thaddeus Moody just said? Y'all see what Thaddeus Moody just said? They need to fire Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, and Ted Phillips. Matt Nagy calling plays so predictive that he said, wow. Fire the coach. Hey, America. I got a question. I'm going to make it personal for you. That is Moody. You happen to be a referee, probably a pretty good referee. And I know every week, some parent probably leave there saying, man, we need to fire that referee. We need to fire the referee. They ain't said nothing about player Lil Johnny that missed 100 shots and Lil Johnny that turned the ball over 6 times. Why we always want to fire the coach? Why? Why we always want to fire the coach? Give Matt Nagy a little bit more time. Give him a little bit more time. What's up, Mark Evans? Manville had the game too, but he gave it up. No, I said who is the best high school football team in the city. And I mean, why I get so, I understand he's in a 5th year. I understand. But that's no reason to fire people. Y'all got to realize, man, Bill Belichick used to lose at Cleveland. Now y'all say he's one of the best coaches in the world. Maybe it's not Nagy. Maybe it's the organization. I don't know. Y'all go back. Bill Belichick got fired from Cleveland. And now y'all think he's the best coach in the world. So tell me what happened in Cleveland. Why he's such a great coach now? Just help me out now. I mean, I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. Since we always wanna. He in a 4th year of a 5th year, so that means fire him? Maybe Chicago just ain't that good enough. Maybe the team is not that good enough. Just maybe. I don't know. Somebody had a 66-yard field goal. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, Brady lost today. Yeah, but I like it. I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing y'all can do. Y'all can talk. Yeah, y'all know it's 2 players. Y'all can talk about till the cows come home. And guess what? I'm not gonna change my opinion on Tom Brady. Wait a minute, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady and James Harden. Them two, y'all can talk about everything in their life. It's just two players that I got an affinity for. And guess what? I mean, I just like to see them play. You know, he lost yesterday, but I still like seeing it. And then what about y'all had wrote what's up, Wesley Yates? Y'all had wrote who's my man y'all wrote off the other day? Who y'all wrote Aaron Rodgers off. Kenny Gamble, you was there. Y'all wrote Aaron Rodgers off. Just wrote him off. Wrote him off. He said, relax. I know, Dale, you like to see him lose. I understand. And I love to see him win. And Dale, I don't really mind seeing Tom Brady lose. I've seen him lose before. I don't mind seeing him lose. You know, it just some about him, Dale. I just like that boy, man. I'm serious. You know, it's just some about him. I've been blessed enough to be up close and be around. I just like him and Aaron Rodgers. I just like them. Uh, and it's just unique. But I'm glad. That's why. But that's why sports is so great. You can love the team you want to love. You can love the players you want to love, and I get a chance to love the players I. That's what makes it so great. Hey, do me a favor. Who I need to find out now. Wesley Yates, I know I'm gonna pull on you, but Wesley Yates, I'm gonna start with you. Make sure, Mr. Yates, you make sure I have your phone number. Uh, Make sure you, I know Jimmy got it, but text it to chopshophtx@gmail.com because I got something I want to share with you about the Beaumont area. And yeah, and it just happened on my plate this weekend. A great opportunity up there in Beaumont, and I want to talk to you about it. So, Mr. Yates, please do me a favor. Chopshophtx@gmail.com. Make sure I got your telephone number because I'm gonna call you. I'm glad you popped up on the screen because I thought about you the whole weekend. Let's see what else we got. It's something else I got. Do me a favor, shout out. I want to shout out my prayers up, my support up to the medical professionals, and to the teachers. Yes, Gary, I'm gonna talk about the Ryder Cup. Uh, Let me shout out to you people. Listen to me, teachers, medical professionals. Thank you for your service. I don't care what nobody else say. I'm getting at a dinner table this weekend, and people I was with getting texts talking about, share the show, everybody, uh, talking about the principals getting suspended because he jacked the dude up. And then another principal, they beat the other principal up. In another school, they beat the principal up. Uh, Let me tell y'all something. Shout out to y'all people, man. Let me tell you something. You got a thankless job that people in these sorry ass parents don't thank y'all for. Not all of y'all. If you thank them, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about some of these people who, and I'm gonna repeat again. Thank you, educators, teachers who teach our kids. Thank you, medical professionals who had to go in here and deal with people who, think about it, people who said they're not gonna give the vaccine. They want to take the vaccine, but wind their ass up in the hospital, sick, and these same and you got to take care of them. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all, I'm just talking to the doctors, just talking to people in the triage, just talking to them. Let me tell you something. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I don't care what nobody else says. I hope I thank you for everybody else. That's why I tell y'all to share this show. Because it's teachers all over the world need to hear somebody say thank you. Y'all can't do nothing. These kids can call you everything but a son of God. And you can't do nothing to them. And they know it. And y'all have to go into that environment. Thank you. Look at Archie. His wife is an RN. I'm talking to doctors and nurses every day. That's why, man, I'm telling you, I get on my knees and pray for these people, man. Because their job is thankless. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. I saw it on the internet. You got Kyrie Irving, crazy ass. He following. They got him where they checked his social media. He following anti-vax conspiracy people. And you wonder why he's so damn crazy. He following the crazy. I mean, it's just teachers, principals, educators. Man, let me tell y'all something. I take my hat off to y'all. And yes, I don't care what nobody say. This is a sports talk show, but these my people. When I had to hear a principal, dude calling him everything. See, I take my hat off to y'all because that's something that I never wanted to do. And I always held teachers in high regard because I just didn't never think, man, you gotta understand, I had so much reverence for my teachers and my instructors. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I didn't never think I'd live up to them. I'm gonna tell you, don't tell nobody I told you. I used to always think these people were just so great and beyond behold. They were like, they did no wrong. I mean, I just grew up. That's the way my mama told me to respect authority. And when I'm in authority, I got to demand respect because I respect authority. I think somebody came on the show one day. I think somebody, I think Doug and Jimmy came on the show, and they were talking about the high school basketball players. And one person on the feed said, "How do you show got quiet?" And guess what I did? I respected those guys' hustle. Those guys are in that arena every day. I'm not going watching your kid at every game like these guys are. So guess what I did? I just said, And you know what I did, ladies and gentlemen? Took notes on who the players that I'm going to go watch. See, we know about the Wesley Yates. We know about all the top players. But these guys put me on to some kids that I didn't know. I respected their authority in that area. You follow me? And that's what, see, that's what I pray to God that all of us respect people's space in their area. You follow me? You know, respect, if that's their area of expertise, respect. We just done lost respect. Ladies and gentlemen, we have. Ryder Cup this weekend. You know, I'm a golfer. You know, I played this weekend, but I had my pad on the golf court, caught watching it. US won, record fashion. I mean, what else happened? It's media day in the NBA. You're finding out a lot of people who's vaccinated and who's not. Rolling Stones wrote an article. Somebody sent me the other day. I read it and talking about somebody read. I mean, it just, hey man, some of these people giving me a headache. Some of these people, some of these players, and some of this stuff, and just, you know. I know you have a right to do. Have I got any doctors on here? I mean, probably. I'm talking about medical doctor. I remember, and y'all help me. I remember it was a time when you went to the doctor, you went to the hospital, and you were diagnosed with a certain disease. I don't know what it is. It just slipped in my mind. You did not. They wouldn't let you leave the hospital because they didn't want you being contagious to everybody else. Y'all, y'all remember? They didn't want you to hurt the rest of the general public. I guess ain't no doctors. I guess no. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna get the information for you, but and I'm sitting back saying, but now we just go maskless. Uh, you know, don't want to get vaxxed, but you want to be around everybody. I don't know. I mean, if I just stay in the house, which I kind of do anyway. But I saw some other day, y'all, and I want to share this with y'all. On the View, uh, Vice President Kamala Harris was scheduled to be on the View, Mindy, and she before she came on the set, they stopped two of the guests, Sonny Houston and Anna Navarro. I'm sorry about Anna Navarro. Uh, right while the show was going on, and told them to go off the set. Then they found out that they had a positive test, right? So they didn't bring uh, the president into that particular set. So the vice president, you notice I keep saying the president, the vice president was in another part of the building. She still did the interview on The View. But Sonny Houston, she tweeted, I mean, she was talking about the rippling effects, how it impacted her family because she had a false positive, which happens. That was announced Friday on the air. Her husband was pulled out of surgery. I guess he a doctor. So we pulled the husband out of surgery. Her kids were pulled out of school, and the list goes on. She's just talking about, if y'all got the app, go back and look at it. She was just talking about the impact that this thing had on her life and her family's life. And I was just thinking about this show. Just thinking about, thinking about the chop shop, just because you got to understand, I always reflect and just say, I always like to have a why. Why am I doing this? Because if I have a big enough why, I would find a way how to do it. And on this show, and I just want to share some with y'all right now please share the show because I want people to know this. But on this show, our objective is to bring people to us. That's why we tell you to share the show. Our objective is to bring people to us. Otherwise, why are we here? We are in the business of servitude. Okay? Show you why. Even y'all are too. You might not realize. When y'all ask us questions or make comments, asking us questions, and we serve you back by answering them, yes. You got to serve people, ladies and gentlemen. And when you're doing that, Mindy, we got to give a little of ourselves. I got to give a little of who I am and what I do. I got to give, and maybe that give y'all position to let me know who y'all are. That's why I tell y'all, I got somebody. Every time y'all make a comment, it ain't bad. Y'all got to understand. Listen to me. I love your comments. And I'm gonna tell you that now. Even if they crazy, however I might talk about them, for me to say something about it is something. Okay. So don't stop I'm going to challenge you because guess what? I want you to give me a little bit of who you are. Because I'm giving you who I am every day. So I want to give me, I'm trying to give you permission to tell me who y'all are. Y'all know the reason I love Women Rock Wednesday so much. I'm going to take a break. What's up in a minute? The reason I love women is that I want you women to know that we go as far, us men, as you allow us to go. I know a lot of chauvinists might not like me saying it, but I'm going to say the reason I love Women Rock Wednesday, you know I got 5 sisters, daughter. The reason I love Women Rock Wednesday is that I want you to know, ladies, us men go as far as you allow us to go. To me, women are the smarter gender, the brightest, the stronger gender. And women, don't let nobody downplay how big you are in our lives. Every important moment in my life has been inspired and done and with the help of a woman. Now you understand. See, I gave you a little bit more of who I am, and just maybe you'll give me a little bit more of who y'all are. But I'm gonna take a quick break. We got a new partner on the Chop Shop. I want to play one of the videos. Chop Shop. We'll be back in a minute.
How are you going to be on the stage? How are you going to get from off the bench to on the floor? If you love basketball, you got to be passionate about what you do. You can't just play just to play.
If you really want it, you'll need to make sacrifices. You'll face doubt. You will fail. Whether or not you succeed, that choice.
How are you going to be on the stage? How are you going to get from off the bench to on the floor? If you love basketball, you got to be passionate about what you do. You can't just play just to play.
If you really want it, you'll need to make sacrifices. You'll face doubt. You will fail. Whether or not you succeed, that choice.
How are you going to be on
The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day, the Chop Shop. Thank y'all for allowing me to share that with y'all. Y'all got to understand, we got so much stuff going on. Somebody texting me right now. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me send. Y'all know I can't. Watch this. I got a guest might come on right quick. Hold up. Trying to see if he's coming on. But it's just so much stuff happened over the weekend. Tell me, hold up, to y'all, what happened this weekend, Mandy? I know I noticed you hadn't said nothing. I see Rod Wells hadn't said nothing about what's going on. So let's share the show right quick. I think I did. No, I know I did not share the show. Hold up, y'all. Let me share the show. I did not. My bad. Okay. Show is shared. But I think that the Astros, something happened to them this weekend. Did the Yankees? Hold up, y'all, because I did watch the end of it. What happened to the Yankees last night? Y'all got to help me now. Y'all got to help me. But I want to share some with y'all. Trying to see where it's just so much stuff out here, and the Boomer Sooners. Well, who did the Sooners play? I don't keep up with Oklahoma no more. That much no more. I saw a tweet last night. And, hey, you know what? Let's talk amongst ourselves. I saw it because Jimmy is in this business. I gotta wait a minute. I'm talking about. Come on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on a second. Hey, if y'all got my number, don't text me during the show, please. I'm just messing around. Hey, I saw something, y'all, in my mailbag, right? And y'all help me. Jesse Washington, who has been on this show, great friend of the show, but he tweeted something this weekend. And y'all talk to me now. Quit being scared and quit being politically correct. This is because it involves you and your friends. And if I don't do nothing else, I want us to just be a little bit more bolder about what we want. And Jesse Washington, he said, whenever I pay admission to watch my school-age children play AAU basketball. Check this out. Yeah. Jesse Washington. Jesse Washington, who has been on the show, he said, whenever I pay admission to watch my school-age children play AAU basketball, it bothers me. People squeezing money out of what should be a healthy family activity. Plus, most people already paid for our kids to be on the team. You are charging admission to see. I need this from your parents. Then he come back. I mean, I just want to hear. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody giving over. This is a parent. I'm a parent. You a parent. The admission fee doesn't make a difference in our family budget. This is Jesse Washington. Although for some families, it's a hardship. It's the principle of the thing. It's the monetization of childhood and youth development. The exploitation and greed baked into the system and taken for granted. I have some great friends I respect who run AAU organizations and tournaments. I don't want to knock their hustle. The game be the game. It just makes me sad to see the system operating like this. What do you think, Jameson Morrow? Kim Jackson, you had to pay to see your son play. What do you think? I mean, we got to pay to see him get in high school basketball games, right? We got to pay to see him get in the middle school games, right? Don't we still have to pay? Y'all explain to me. I mean, it's just I'm just bringing it up. I'm the messenger. I'm just the messenger. This is y'all time to talk about it. I'm listening. I'm listening. I see everybody. I be watching y'all comments. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. Hatter, you got to check out Trey Miller at Concordia Lutheran. Young man, he's on my list. Doug Jones taught me. Doug Jones and told me about we talked about Trey Miller on this show. He's on my list to watch. I got to get Concordia and Lutheran schedule, but Trey Miller is one of the kids that's on my list. It's $3 for high school, okay, but it's still a charge. Still a charge. I just want to know how you feel. Maybe if I repeat it again, maybe somebody just, maybe let me repeat it again because y'all so damn scary. Let me repeat it again. All these people with always got something to say about shit. I ain't saying nothing right now. Boy, so fucking glaring to me. Excuse my language. So glaring to me. Unless y'all just love. See, maybe hold up now. Y'all can comment if you don't agree or you agree. I'm just saying this is apparent. This is apparent, Nicholas. School is still a business, right? Is school a business? Do you pay to go to school? Do your kids pay to go to school? Nicholas Best? Do you pay to go to? You go to private school? Now that's probably a business, but public school, is it a business? I ain't talking about taxes. You pay taxes for a whole lot of stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm talking about business. Is it a business? Troy said he has no problem. I like that, Troy. I feel prices jacked up sometimes. Okay. And let me repeat. This Jesse Washington, known writer, the guy who wrote Georgetown coach John Thompson's wrote the book for him. He said, whenever I pay admission, y'all listen. Okay. Whenever I pay admission to watch my child-aged children play AAU basketball, it bothers me. People squeezing money out of what should be a healthy family activity. But I guess, Jesse, in any healthy family activity, you might have to pay some money for it. See, that's why I'm repeating it again so y'all can hear what the man's saying. Plus, most people already pay for their kids to be on the team. You're charging admission to see. I'm paying for my son to be on the team. People are paying to come watch my son and other kids play. And I got to pay. I'm paying twice. I'm paying for my son to be on the team. And y'all paying to come. Because guess what? If it wasn't no teams, it couldn't be a tournament. That ain't what I said. I said, do your kid in public. I got a question, Thaddeus Moody. In public school. I don't give a count you have vendors. I said, do you pay for your kid to go to school? In a public school? Hell no, you don't pay. You can wiggle around all that if you want to, but no, you ain't paying for your kid. Your kid just showing up. You know, some people I done learned just don't eat, just don't even. I understand they're expensive for events. Believe you me, I know. I understand. But the parent paying twice. Ring that one up for me, Archie. Since you want to make a comment, ring that with him. I'm paying for my son to be on the team. Archie, the reason you come in the video the damn kids because of my son. The only reason people are coming to the events, Archie, is because of the teams that my son is on that I paid for. And then I got to pay again to get in. It wouldn't be Darryl Barnes, Jesse Washington. If y'all follow him on Twitter, he had a double tweet. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, it's always three sides to a story. Nicholas' side, Darryl Barnes' side, and the truth. See, a lot of people have opinions, but I try to base my opinions with facts to back it up. All I'm saying here is, this guy said, he said, admission fee doesn't make the difference in my family budget. Although for some families, it's a hardship. It's the principle of the thing. It's the monetization of childhood and youth development, the exploitation and greed baked into the system and taken for granted. Think about this. Let's say my kid, Kenny Loft, when Junior was young. Let's go to the extreme here. A lot of people want to come see him play. So he bringing extra revenues for the people. But you still got to pay. Your whole family got to pay. You pay for him to be on the team. I ain't talking about when he was playing for free. You pay for him to be on the team. Then you got to pay. This is what Jesse's saying. He said, then I have to pay for them. See, all I'm trying to say is, does anybody see it that way? And I understand. Tournaments cost money, refs and all that. I understand all of that, Ken. Again. Alex Pugh, wow. What's up, man? It's not the paying to get in, it's the amount. Okay. See, I don't know what he was saying. I mean, because I should have called Jesse. I didn't call him. But see, I know a lot of us watch this. A lot of us on this show, let me help you. A lot of us on this show, we drive the commerce in that industry. Kenneth Gamble, he's a coach. He gives tournaments. He's a trainer. He's part of this industry. Let me see. Let me go back up. Kevin Freidman is a referee. So he part of this industry. Used to be a coach. Go on down. Alex Pugh. Technically, he's part of this industry. Just going on down. Forever Films. He filmed your kid, charge a fee to get your kid, however y'all do it, I don't know. It's part of the industry. That's why this needs to be talked about. Officials have been paid, police and everyone have to. Listen to me, at Brian Simmons, not one time did I say who don't have to be paid. Ain't nobody said nothing about that. I haven't said. I am reading somebody else's tweet, Brian Simmons, and all you can say out of what this man said was officials have to be paid, police and everybody else got to be paid. That's the only thing you can say. Let's elevate your conversation. That's the norm. We know everybody got to be paid. But when none of their ass get paid, if none of them kids show up for a damn tournament, Brian Simmons, if every team and no parent and nobody showed up, who pays then? It wouldn't be a tournament if it wasn't for the kids, Brian Simmons. I don't care if it's not nothing new to you, Marissa Smith. This is apparent. If you like paying it, you keep paying it. I ain't talking to you. I don't think Jesse talking to you, to the people who loves to pay. Y'all keep paying. Y'all keep paying. It's okay. But the man said, whenever I pay admission to watch my school-age children play AAU basketball, it bothers him. It bothers him. It might not bother you, Marissa Smith. It might not bother you. That is mooted. Part of the industry. He referee. He part of the industry. They get paid from these youth events. I'm going down the line. I'm going down. I'm just single y'all out. I'm trying to find somebody else who get paid for this shit. It's okay. It's okay. I like events. My partner on this show, the best event. He said he the best in them. This is what he do. But my job is to speak the truth. All I'm saying is what this man said. And I just wanted to know. But Marissa, when you say something, always remember that I might rebut it. I'm not going to agree with what you said because Marissa Smith put it on the screen. No. No, sir. No, ma'am. But I'm just going from a guy who can afford it. What's up, Gary Carter? A guy who can afford it, Darryl Barnes. He said this bothers him. And he said something key. Y'all got to understand, I got to give both sides of the story. I have to. I know it costs to get in these events. I know the referees have to get paid. I know. But he said the admission fee doesn't make a difference in my family budget. Although for some families, it's a hardship. It's the principle of the thing. It's the monetization of childhood and youth development. Thank you, Miss Simpson. She said, I'm taking a lunch right now, so I'm just tuning in. If if I don't know if she meant it does cause a hardship to family, especially when you have more than one child playing. They would sometimes, let me put it on the screen if everybody can't see it. Thank you, Miss Simpson. See, let me move it up so my name won't get in the way. She said, I'm taking a lunch out, so I'm tuning in. It does cause hardship to families, especially when you have more than one child playing. There was some time, let me put that back up, Miss Simpson. Let me tell y'all something. I pray before I come on this show, so I know this stuff is happening. I don't care about some of these crazy comments. There were some times that I asked to buy other people's band at half cost to go or start saving my bands in hopes they can use the same color. I'm just being honest. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. See, thank you, Miss Simpson. You know, because Miss Simpson, we got some well-to-do people who on here, so they they'll just pay it, But Jesse Washington is and I didn't know they keep up with Ole Miss, man. Hey, Miss Simpson, that's new on me. Miss Simpson, I learned something today. I learned something today about keeping Ole Miss back. I promise you. Thank you. But I don't know why this topic it's just hit. It was on the timeline, and I know the people on this feed, they're in this industry. And I know how much it costs for a referee. I understand. But hold on, Branch. Hold on. Let me see. I got you in there, Branch. Branch, I can't do two things at one time. I got you in there now, Branch. Let me see. I haven't tested you. Let me see. Say something.
Yep.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right. Okay. So what can you add? You're an event operator. Did you hear my tweet from Jesse Washington? Did you hear the tweet?
No, I heard what you were talking about.
Well, let me give you the tweet because it's not what I'm talking about. I don't want it to be about me.
No, you were talking about Jesse Jackson. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from Jesse Washington. Jesse Washington, the author who works for the Undefeated. And he the one wrote the book for John Thompson, new book. I Came as a Shadow. He been on the show. So he tweeted the other day, Alan Branch. He said, whenever I pay admission to watch my school-age children play AAU basketball, it bothers me people squeezing money out of what should be a healthy family activity. Plus, most people already paid for our kids to be on the team. You're charging admission to see. The admission fee doesn't make a difference in my family budget, although for some families it's a hardship. It's the principle of the thing. It's the monetization of children and youth development. The exploitation and greed baked into the system and taken for granted. That's what Jesse Washington said. What you got to say about that?
I understand where he's coming from. I think that whenever you're sitting at the table discussing something, the same thing that's on my right is on your left. You are looking at a situation where he's considering, yes, it is an environment like that. Okay, let's go to the referees. Let's go to the facility operators or owners that we're using, or let's go to a school district and run the event. When you go through a three day event, Friday from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night, and then from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock on Saturday and 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock on Sunday, you turn around and write a check for $20,000. That money comes from somewhere.
I understand.
Well,
I
when
understand.
then,
Jimmy,
yeah,
I
that,
understand. But Brian Simmons, remember I said something, let's elevate the conversation, and you went a little bit farther. You're sounding like Mitch McConnell. Okay? So Brian Simmons, I'm talking about Brian Simmons. He just put something that I find offensive. You said family planning. Why don't have all these damn kids if you can't afford it? Let me tell you something, man. Now you say that's how, if you ever in Congress, when you need something from Congress, they saying, man, why we millionaires? Why the hell we worry about Brian Simmons with his broke ass? That's what Mitch McConnell and them saying to you in Washington, D.C. Why we worried about your stimulus check? I got my money. Brian Simmons, that was terrible, terrible take, man. Terrible, terrible take. Terrible take. And it's my responsibility as the head of this. I don't like that take. Yes, we live in a capitalistic society. Of course we do. We ain't talking about volleyball right now. We ain't talking about volleyball right now. We talking about this man talking about, and the first thing, volleyball, don't nobody say nothing about volleyball. No, we talking about basketball right now. Come on, Branch. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes, man, sometimes this shit, y'all sound just like them Congress. Then y'all be wondering, why they never do nothing for us? This how they feel about y'all. The same way you feel about telling a lady, y'all shouldn't have all these kids if you can't afford it. Come on, Branch. I don't like that. Let's go. I don't like that.
Well, I don't like that either.
Yeah,
I don't like that
ain't
either
like that.
because that's
Like
not.
that.
I don't like that. It's not a very socially acceptable perspective to take on society. It kind of reminds me of the same people that talk like that turn around and make millions of dollars off the backs of these same kids that they say shouldn't have been born.
Wow.
You go read the book with William Roden, the $40 million slave, and
Wow.
you get another perspective on that. But I see Jimmy just popped on,
Yeah.
and I mean when you look at these situations, I mean, you go to Southwest Airlines, you want to fly to Las Vegas to watch something. They actually have an algorithm that's designed to know that what time of the year the summer basketball guys play, and that's when the rates go up. Jimmy probably can remember back in the old days. When I say the old days, I'm talking about 15, 20 years ago. We used to go to Vegas and stuff was a lot cheaper, I mean, and the cost of living is going up too. So I mean, there's a lot of things that play into it. If you go over to, and I don't want to pinpoint any ISD, but you go over to any ISD and event operator goes over there. They got the custodial bill that's going to be in it. They got the security bill that's going to be in it. They got a facility bill. And they might have some other unidentified, unlabeled incidental bill that's there. And now you mentioned, you go and pay insurance for these situations, and
Yeah, but Branch, I understand that. And let me
okay.
bring Jimmy up to speed. And Jimmy, I just brought Branch on for a minute because I know you was talking about
baby, let's keep on. What do we got?
But Jimmy, did you know what we're talking about? Did you
No.
hear me? Your
Pretty
friend,
easy for him to figure it
our
out.
friend, hold on, our great friend Jesse Washington had a tweet last night. And I followed Jesse. Jesse, man, I got a kindred spirit with Jesse. So Jimmy, you help me. And he cleaned it up at the end. Cause watch this, Jimmy. He said, and this is probably my fifth time repeating it, but to people who just came on, whenever I pay admission to watch my school-age children play AAU basketball, it bothers me. People squeezing money out of what should be a healthy family activity. Plus, people already paid for our kids to be on the team. You're charging admission to see. The admission fee doesn't make a difference in my family budget, although for some families it's a hardship. It's the principle of the thing. It's the monetization of children and youth development, the exploitation and greed baked into the system and taken for granted. This is what he said. And then he come back, Jimmy. This is what I love about it. He said, I have some great friends I respect who run AAU organizations and tournaments. Hold on. Hold on. I know. He said, I don't want to knock their hustle. The game be the game. I got 2 event operators on here right now, ladies and gentlemen. The game be the game. He said, it just makes me sad the system operates like this. And guess what? He got a right to have an opinion like that.
He does.
Now, here we go. Let's get, I like that. I haven't seen the text.
I know you haven't.
So here's the deal. First and foremost, this is beyond basketball. We know he was particularly talking about basketball because Jesse is a basketball aficionado. And he does a great job, and has done since he's been, even before the undefeated, he worked at the Houston Press.
That's right.
In Houston. So he was that was one of the platforms. If any of you guys live in Houston, that big, thick newspaper that used to come out before social media took over. And, but that Houston Press it let you know where everything was going on. And, well, Jesse, here's the deal. This stuff has been going on. I learned and got enthused, motivated, influenced by watching Mike Kunstadt in Great American Sports and Hal Pastner. At the time, it was Vision Sports. I was influenced directly watching them. I'm like, ooh, these dudes, understand, they were charging and they were monetizing on the backs of our kids. And at the same time, it happened to go a little bit deeper because those were white guys. Albeit Hal Pastner is Jewish, he's still white. Now, and Mike Kunstadt and his company, white. See, after 2000, and it's not derogatory, it's not to be demeaning, it's not to be a stab wound, but after what we just went through with our last 2 elections, I feel that we should be in a more comfortable space reminding folk black and white. So they're white, and they capitalized with their companies, albeit what they built, mainly off the backs of black kids. The kids that played in most of this stuff were mostly black kids, with mostly black coaches on the sideline, with mostly black parents in the bleachers. So that's for starters. So then the energy, where was the energy when they were doing those events? Who's that? That's Alan Brandt.
Hey man, I'm gonna stop letting people come on my show with them loud ass phones.
But all you gotta do is go in the settings and click on Do Not Disturb. That's all you gotta do.
Jimmy knows what's going on. The phone is not loud. It's ringing through the laptop. That's what happened.
Ringing through the laptop. Okay,
I'm saying, but Do Not Disturb would not even let it ring.
Yeah,
it'll shoot it straight on in.
Come on, Jimmy. Come on.
I might miss out on some of them dollar signs you're talking about. But
come on, Jimmy. Come on.
So here's the thing. The situation on that is, as I just reminded you guys, where was the energy? You mean to tell me nobody didn't notice what was going on then? So now when black folk start doing events, then all of a sudden we want to do a wake-up call and do a roll call about what's going on the backs of these kids. I have no problem with it. So if that's the case, then those trainers that's training these kids, they shouldn't keep the same energy there, right? The fees
in Jesse's case, hold up. You think Jesse was talking about black event operators?
I
No,
don't
I thought
think
he was
so.
talking about event operators at first as a
In
whole,
general.
but then he thought
Yes,
about it
yeah.
and he woke
So,
up and realized,
so,
oh, yo, by the way, some
so
of my best friends, some of my best friends do this right
I
there. So
got
I
a
don't mean
question
to.
though, Jimmy. Maybe when Hal Pastor and all of those guys, we didn't have, I mean, did we have a social media where maybe some parents complain about it, but was social media as prevalent? Because guess what? If I hadn't have saw this on Justice social media, Jimmy, I wouldn't have never brought it up. And it definitely wasn't a platform like this back then. So, I mean, I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it has nothing to do with black event operators. But you just bringing the fact up that nobody said nothing about it until the black people started doing. Is that what you? That's what
Well,
you telling me?
until it became more, put it like this.
The
If you
industry has
compare
grown.
it, if you compare it from 20 years ago, the amount of event operators out there on a national scale,
Mhm.
it's dwarfs the number that was out there 20 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, seriously.
Mhm.
A lot of understand 20 years ago, Gary Charles was still coaching grassroots basketball. He
Okay.
wasn't doing events.
Okay. All right.
So most people that did events,
But you got to
you know,
realize also, Jimmy, you got to realize how much it has grown. The business has grown uh, since then. It's 16 roughly. Some people say 820. Some people say 18. We're gonna go with the low number. It's 16 million boys and girls between the ages of 9 and 18 participate in organized basketball.
16 what?
Good.
Say it again.
16 million.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And with the 16 million operating, youth sports tourism. What's my man that comes on HBO? He and his brother were sports. What is
Gumbo.
it? Sports. Gumbo. Yeah,
Mhm.
he called it to. He did something on the same deal. He
Mhm.
even did a like a little virtual deal.
Brian Gumbo.
Average life. Brian Gumbo. That's exactly right.
Mhm.
So you talking about an $8 billion a year
Industry.
uh, industry
Okay.
that's going on. I mean, so I'm not quite sure what he's saying. This is happening. I mean, I think some people want to try to come in and say, well, if I go to my son or daughter's high school game and I pay $5 or whatever it costs to get in the game, $6, whatever it costs, you're seeing one game that is subsidized by the taxpayers' money. That's prepared. The taxpayers are paying the coach. The taxpayers pay for the facility people that run it. And if you go into one of those ISDs, they're gonna let you know that they're gonna hit you over the head and reach down with a line item of contracts. That's what has created the environment for facilities, because facilities are a better option a lot of times, or a better business option uh, than the ISD facilities. We saw it in COVID. It
But,
pushed it over. Go
but
ahead.
Branch, you know what? All I'm hearing you talking about the business side.
Okay.
So you gonna talk? Okay, so you talk from the business side, and I'll
When we
just
talk
stay
about
on Jesse's. I'll stay on Jesse's side. I'm
what
still
is it? What
saying
is
I'm
who's
a
supposed to pay
parent.
for it? I got one question, Jesse. Who's supposed to pay for it?
Okay, who's supposed to pay for it? I mean, what I would say,
Mhm.
me personally, and I know it's way
what would you
me
say?
Go
personally.
tell MI. Go
Oh
tell
no.
MI3.
The parents still had the power. I wouldn't go if I felt that way about it. I withdrew my kid from the team.
Mhm.
If I had the power of the regard of team, I withdrew my team from the tournament.
Mhm.
If hold up, if I felt that way, if I felt that I'm paying for him to be on the team, that's a lot of money. And now every tournament his little ass get in, I got to pay to get in. I got to pay to get in. All I'm saying is, me personally, if I don't like something, Alan Branch,
You don't
I'm
participate.
not gonna participate in it. Alan Branch. It's a certain business, I'm not gonna call their name, here in this city that I refuse to go to because of what? The way I was treated.
We don't patronize it.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel that's guess what, kid? Because listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, because if it's none of y'all and no teams in the tournament, how in the hell can Alan Branch and Jimmy give a tournament if no teams are there? So you don't have to just withdraw your kid. If you can't afford it, I would say, like me, if I had a problem with it, I would never take my kid to that event. And I would never, ever, ever, I would never go to the event. That's how you, if you want to make change, you know, I love Adam Clayton Powell, you know, the metro up in New York, Branch, all the black people riding the bus, but all the white people driving the bus. And they say, hold up, don't buy where you can't work. You know, if it's not for you, if you don't like, that's what I would tell a parent. You know, and I know y'all event operators, I'm just trying to, you know, it's three sides to every story.
Well, but the thing, the reason that I respond, everything you say is very logical, Robert. It's very logical. But I think where Jimmy and I are coming from is the fact that when you come across that, like we're exploiting, or we're what do they do when there's a natural disaster and they run the prices up? Like we're I don't know, gouging,
Yeah.
like we're price gouging,
right, like they do in Vegas, like they do in Vegas. Yeah. But guess what? Y'all explain to the people how y'all do it. See, Jesse done had a bad, for him to tweet it, and he know hit Jimmy. See, y'all understand. This ain't no regular, this dude here got a national following. For him to tweet it had to be on his damn mind.
Who is this guy? What does he do for a living? What's his story?
He's an author. He worked for the Undefeated. Wait a minute.
Okay.
He Googleable. Just go Google him. He Googleable. Just go Google him right quick. Jesse Washington. Jesse Washington. And for him to say it, Jimmy, that's why I brought it up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I understand, even in y'all's situation. Jimmy, I love what you did. You sit up there and said, wait a minute. Hold on. This guy here doing it. All these kids in the gym look like me. This guy here doing it. But all these dudes and the people in the gym, let me get in this business. And Jimmy, it's documented that you always make your prices always lower than everybody else. You do that by
Jimmy, I got the lowest price in the business.
So we ain't really and truly.
People beg me to stop doing that.
I know, but really and truly,
my staff jumps out. Mr. Branch, everybody else charging this, charging that. Why we just charging? I just got up to about $10 or $15. A long time ago, I went up to 10, so I had to get ones for change. That was a smooth transition.
That was like, man, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
And guess what? And let me tell you something. I understand. See, all I'm doing is trying to get another part of it. And Jimmy well, we can keep going, but this is a conversation, because a lot of people, some people just on here running their damn mouth, but a lot of parents on here know it hurts them, but they do anything for little Johnny. Jimmy, some of these people going into the po house for little Johnny. I'm just telling you. So it's just, and not just for the tournaments, I'm talking about other stuff that little Johnny. Because when they told me, hold up, when they told me how much these PS5s and all that old PS shit cost, Branch,
and the shoes they wear.
better not never come ask me about where he gone now. Man, what? You know what I'm going to tell my son? Talking about a PS whatever, how many thing. Dude, let's go back. I'm gonna spend this $500-$600, however it costs. Let's go put some stock in the damn company instead of being a damn consumer. But keep going, Branch and Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't go ahead, Jimmy, because I don't really know what we're talking about. But go ahead. I understand what we're talking about, but go ahead.
Well, Jimmy. Understand. Here's the thing. That's youth sports. Mm-hmm. If we're going to continue to call the college kids babies, And as somebody mentioned earlier about how the NCAA has exploited. Now that's a multi-billion-dollar exploitation. When you're talking about football and basketball since the civil rights movement of the 60s, that's a multi-billion-dollar exploitation of our, as Deion Sanders calls them so affectionately, our babies.
Mm-hmm.
And so these 17, 18, 19-year-olds, see, it's one thing about the system and the establishment, and it was funny as hell. And I'm gonna go sideways a little bit with this. And that's why, in order to prove the point about once black folk, it's the timing is just so suspect that once black folk begin to move the needle in a certain sector of ownership, so to speak, then it's time to have a conversation. But as long as the establishment is moving the needle, and I'm talking about like that needle going like the meter on your wall during the electricity, gauging electricity, it's no problem. Here's the point.
I hope Jimmy's not right. He might be, but I hope he's not right. We got a real problem if Jimmy's right.
Just
Come
think
on, Jim.
about it.
Come on, Cletus.
And just think about it. The proof is in the pudding. We've been watching it for years after years. Put it like this. Here's my point. I'm about to give you an example of moving it sideways. 4 years ago, a guy we had on the Chop Shop twice even made a commercial for the Chop Shop. And I think one of the events that it did. What is it? Lavar Ball. When Lavar Ball came up with the concept of having a league that can pay some kids that didn't want to go to school they can get paid to play basketball.
Y'all tore his head off
in a league. Think about what the establishment did. They barked at him, they bit it, they galvanized to dilute the concept of what he was trying to place with his own dollars. Mind you, he attempted to do it, get it off the ground, lasted 1 year or so. Then all of a sudden, people said, see, I told you that wouldn't work. That was stupid. And I'd be damned if 3 years later,
a bunch of
we have the overtime.
You have the overtime.
Hold on, Branch. So this overtime, now the similar concept, damn the money factor, but the concept of taking your babies and foregoing, not just foregoing college, but foregoing high school. All of a sudden now, because Bezos put his money behind it, and some of your favorite idols, you notice how they throw them out there in your face. Trae Young put money behind it. Kevin Durant put money behind it.
Jeff Bezos.
Irvin put money behind it.
Jeff Bezos ain't thinking about this.
It's okay. See what I'm saying? To make you.
Jimmy might be right.
He is right.
But then why was LeVar Ball's idea so out of whack? Why was it so stupid?
Jimmy, hold on now. It was a lot of us against LeVar Ball. It's a lot of people that look like y'all was against LeVar Ball. I was at LeVar Ball's when he came down and had the event at TSU. Ain't nowhere in the world I was going to allow that man to do that and me not be a part of it at TSU. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't see a lot of y'all ass down there. I did not. So, but you're right, Jimmy. 3 years later, somebody else come and take the same concept and mention Jeff Bezos and Trae Young them name, and everybody go crazy, go crazy about it, except Robert Hatter. Never went crazy about it. Never.
Think about it. Just think about it. It ain't just there. It's in different places. Think about it. Okay. I can, a couple of years ago, about a decade ago, we had a young guy in Houston that got in a little trouble with the NCAA over because he had a scouting service in football. He
Yeah, that's
charged,
about 10 years ago. Yeah.
and about a decade ago, he charged a certain amount, and that's what football was not out of the norm. But football programs pay scouting services. It dwarfs what basketball scouting services receive because, of course, you're dealing with many more kids. It's 60-something kids on a football team.
You got
Versus
you got
basketball.
150. You got 150 to $200 million a year revenue business versus another $5 to $20 million revenue business. It's bigger business.
Absolutely. So this guy here, he got raked over the coals. Now the thing to the point to whereas it came be knowing once people start paying attention, wait a minute, there's white guys that's been running scouting services in football for years and been getting and does the similar stuff that what this guy does. The only difference is most of the talent that those colleges are recruiting are from places in our society where those many of those white guys that cover football are not comfortable going into.
Are we calling his name, or we're keeping everything quiet on that?
I don't remember the guy's name. The football.
It was complete scouting. Willie Lyles. I knew the guy.
Willie Lyles. Yeah.
Willie Lyles.
Yeah.
Remember they tore him up, Hatter?
Yeah.
And then they came, and Willie was like, "Wait a minute, I got to scout him." Said, "Okay, but I'm not doing no different than what the next guy doing without giving the next guy up." But it was legal. Now understand, you might have
it was about those two players. Those two players from down 59 South that went to Oregon State that were real successful, college players. That was what stirred up the process. So let's shoot the wheels off up under Willie Lyles because he might be bringing this basketball thing in where he's influencing prospects maybe or something. Yeah, you're right though. No, nobody said you're right. You're right. 100% right.
Yeah, so that's a ticket on that. I mean,
that's it, man. We're gonna take a quick break. Then we gotta take a break. Take a quick
break.
Take
a break, man.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Did we draw a conclusion? I don't know. Y'all let me know.
It'll never be a conclusion to this, Branch. This got to just be continued. Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, it's continued. Guess what, Branch? Jesse gonna feel his way. You gonna keep giving tournaments. Jimmy gonna keep getting tournaments. I mean, but guess what? It's all right it's all right to hear what Jesse got to say.
Yeah, but at the same time, we invite you guys. This is the platform for you to express on any boom boom room on topics of such. So that's the thing. Not many people is going to give this stuff the time of day. And one thing about it, you are in control of your own finances. You have the right to not.
That's what Robert said at first.
Right to take a stance. You have a right to galvanize. This is America. You have the right to do so.
But before you go to the break, though, not Heather, but Jimmy, the problem that I have with it is someone comes in naive and hears this, and they could perceive that we are some type of predatorial type, financially predatorial type operations doing what we're doing, and that's nothing farther from the truth. From that fact that there just doesn't predatory. It's capitalistic way that business operates in the United States of America.
But some people said it capitalistic. The system in America ain't that great, Brant. So
I don't see no big boatloads of them going to no communist countries to go sign up and live over there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they still say that don't mean they don't agree with it. But Chop, we'll be back in a minute. Just stay there, Brant. Stay there. We'll be back in a second. to the best 120 minutes of your day. I'm telling you, we talk about topics. Jimmy, you just brought that to my attention. We talk about topics that everybody might not want to talk about. Think about this. We talking about a topic that people talking about this industry, this basketball industry. And the reason I wanted to bring up this topic because, Jimmy, 99% of the people that watch us and listen to us are in this industry. We got referees. We got the people that security gyms. We got people that work in y'all tournaments. They watch this show. So, Branch, of course we have to bring up a topic like this because
I got one.
Okay.
I got one for you. I'm
Okay.
going to cut you off. Okay.
All right. Don't cut me off. It's all right.
You just said something that makes a whole lot of sense.
Uh-huh.
First of all, we're in a capitalistic society.
Yes.
Do anybody ever stop and think about the amount of social, economic impact that guys like us have in a situation? We pay way more money than they pay for flipping McDonald's hamburgers and Jack in the Box and Burger King, but to come and be employed in a situation. You see our company's name right there, Accelerated Sports Metrics. Ask me if any of my statisticians, or I shouldn't say our statisticians at Accelerated Sports Metrics are upset about their pay.
Branch,
because they'll perform the
I'll ask you a question. Is any of the staff of Accelerated Sports Metrics, is any of them upset about their pay? You told me to ask you the question. I asked you.
Yeah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got you. Right. Absolutely not. When do we work again? And if you're in a situation where grassroots basketball or youth sports as a whole has a social economic impact and is a part of everything else that's going on in the economy in the United States.
Okay.
It's a part of what's going on. It's no different than the airline industry.
Good point.
It's no different than any other industry that's going on. You have households. It kind of goes over to what you say, and the John Lucas always said you can use basketball or you let basketball use you. There are opportunities that are in basketball that's being a part of this industry allows our kids in our community that look like the people we hear, not only to have a good part-time gig type situation, it pays just as much or more than driving Uber. The people that are employed at these events, they're not complaining about the opportunity to work. And you also are creating a skill set and opportunity for these kids to go on and be a part of even something larger just by padding their resume and learning things from the game and being able to go. I have a problem with anybody taking a predatory type situation or perspective on what goes on in youth sports and how much money is involved in it. Because there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in the porn industry. What productive comes out of that? This is a wholesome environment where kids are competing, people are working and getting paid for the deal, and the spectators are coming in and getting their money's worth for what they come to see. If it's not, it wouldn't be a million. It wouldn't be a million tweets.
And that's why I said, parents, if you don't like it, don't go. Don't go. Don't have your kid involved. But guess what somebody came up there, well, people just got to have it. Okay, well, if you got to have it, your ass got to pay for it.
It's kind of like water and electricity and everything else in this world.
Yeah.
If you go down to the Galleria and walk in Neiman Marcus and decide you got to have whatever's on the shelf on the rack in there, then what's going to happen?
That's a good one there, boy. That's a good one there. Maybe, you're right, Jimmy. Hey, this time just one or two of your kids can go to this one. Then the next time, okay, I guess you got to learn how to, but if you're gonna allow it to happen. But me, if you can't afford it, I guess I don't want to say it like that. I would just say, man, hey, y'all got the power. Little Johnny ain't playing. Me and Little Johnny, we'll go outside and do something else. Me and Little Johnny ain't playing. So, I understand you defending your industry, and you're supposed to. And but that's just.
I'm not. I guess in some way I am defending.
You are.
I don't want to be looked at from a predatory. I've given too much to this community. Jimmy's given. We've given to this community.
Brent,
And I just go ahead.
people been saying that about agents for years. We don't want to pay. They don't do. I mean,
So
I understand what
when an agent goes out and helps a kid in a family and changes a generation, make $100 million off, and the agent gets $3 million if he's lucky.
yeah.
They still got to make up for them first 2 years when he didn't get paid. He did it for free.
But guess what? Let's figure out a way not to pay him. So I understand what you're talking about, but it would be I would be remiss if I didn't bring up that comment so you guys can educate the
Well,
public.
he seems to be a fairly influential, intelligent man. He wrote a book about, one of my old mentors, Coach Thompson. I mean, I never met the guy before, so I'm not killing you, man. But you got to think through that one a little bit.
No, but that's just the way he felt. If that's the way he felt, that's the way he felt.
Well, sometimes we feel certain ways because we don't have all the information.
Yeah, okay, but that's still the way he felt. And he probably still feel that way. No matter what you say, no matter what Jimmy said. And he said the game, hold up. He was so slick with it. He said, Jimmy, you see, Branch, this when you should have known he was a real dude. He said the game is the game. I understand that. The game is the game, y'all.
That was his disclaimer for him to still get his little jump off,
Yeah, he said the game is the game.
And I look forward to meeting him sometime. I'm sure just after Google.
Oh, you're going to make sure you meet him. I'm going to make sure you meet him. I'm going to call him tonight and say, man, that man came on and checked you on our show, Jesse Watts. But, Jimmy, I know there's a whole lot of this stuff coming on. Jimmy, we got some stuff coming. Well, excuse me. You got some stuff coming up this week. Jimmy, you know what got me so mad right now, y'all? I'm going to tell you parents. I'm going to tell y'all. See, being a parent and just wasn't paying attention. Man, I used to go to Super 16. I ain't know what the hell the Super 16 was. My son been played in it. I did not know. See, when you know better, see how I learned stuff every year? Every year. Now I understand it. I didn't understand. That's the reason because Jimmy, one time I had to coach the damn team. The worst mistake in the world. At Yates High School, I said, I don't never want to coach team. Let me tell you something. Coaching, that's what I think whatever grade they were in, Jimmy, I said to myself, I would never coach another and let Jimmy sucker me into coaching them boys at the them kids at the at one of y'all event, one of the JRB events. Branch, I never wanted to coach a basketball team again.
Let me educate you about the industry a little bit.
Okay.
Super 16, I've been a part of it and evaluating. It's a great event for a lot of years. But in the UIL situation, their season hadn't started, so they have to get the volunteer coaches to come in. This weekend, we'll be there with 20 junior college, Division III junior colleges, prep schools and high schools, and we'll have 30 or 40 Division I coaches in because it's on the regular season schedule, so they can come out and evaluate that. But UIL, now when Jimmy, your season opener comes up, now the high school coaches, that's when so all this stuff is governed by dates that allow certain things to happen at certain places on the calendar. Did I explain that good, Jimmy?
Yeah, in a nutshell, yeah.
I didn't know what the hell was Jimmy until the last couple of years. I didn't know what the hell Super 16 was. I didn't know it was just a fall. It's a fall. And then, Jimmy, you explained.
But the talent is put together in a certain way that brings about a lot of predictive preseason look at probably how this thing is going to end up, even though you don't really have the actual coaches, but you do have the kids playing. And I used to love to go look at it because it gives you a chance to evaluate a whole bunch of kids at one time, in one place, in one time.
But I saw a pattern, Branch.
Okay.
The team who won this tournament went on to did well in the state tournament. It was a pattern.
They normally go deep.
It's a pattern.
They're gonna go deep. Pattern. I mean, you can't get around talent. Is talent. Players are players. When you get a school like Atascocita, coached by Martinez. I can't call Martinez's first name now. Sometimes his team will be better. Tim Martin was over in A-Leaf. Those guys, sometimes their team will be better in the regular season once they take over because of the nature of the way that the kind of stuff that they run and how they go about it. and their team is probably going to be about 10 to 15 points better with them on the bench than with them off the bench or not on the bench.
Okay, now Jimmy, what we got? What we got, Jimmy? Get us in it.
Well, I mean, yeah, the Super 16, it takes place starting this Friday and going through Sunday over at Sea King High School. We'll go at Null Middle School on Friday only. Null, Null. That middle school is about 1 mile from the Sea King High School. Why? Well, Sea King has homecoming, big game on Friday evening. So they need every spot in that parking lot allocated towards the football stadium. They play Summer Creek. Summer Creek is undefeated. And Summer Creek has outscored their opponents this year like 200 and something to 17. Sea King has been rolling through guys. They beat Ridge Point. I mean, they've been crushing guys. So this is a
real Friday night light.
Yeah, and these two schools are only like 4 miles apart.
Oh,
right on
they
the
can walk to the damn game then.
Well, they need to no. There's a lot of trees, a lot of woods in there. A lot of woods up in there. And so, so we're gonna go Friday night.
I don't know if they got
6 p.m.
sidewalks over there or not. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, they got a bunch of trees. I can tell you that. What's a tree? Now, for the schedule, you guys can simply either download the RCS Sports app. You can download that app, or you may simply go over to rcssports.com. You'll see the logo that will pop up on the top in the Jumbotron. Click on the logo, and the schedule will come up. Guess what we have? One thing about it, Heather, you already know, and that's why me personally, as an event operator, remember I told you guys, I ain't that good at ranking your kids. That's why I got Doug Jones and Jeffrey Day to do. But I'm pretty damn good at running an event. And so I'm gonna go in the grave reminding you guys on that. Just like Jay-Z can remind you how good he was on them streets and on that block, and you can still think that album and that record is good. Well, if he can damn it do that and remind you 30 years later, I'm gonna remind you 3 months later or 3 days before how good of an event operator he is. Now, here's why. If you go on that app, Branch, if you click up the RCS Sports app right now, you in Haller, and click on that Super 16, you're going to see something that you probably will not see in not any fall ball event, period, in the state of Texas. Know what you're going to see? 100% of the teams participating, we have a roster already in place for just a common fan right now. Before you even come to the building.
In this business, we call that roster compliance. And
100%.
Jimmy worked with me, and I'm going to give him kudos, hats off on this. Jimmy worked with me at the NBA Top 100 camp, and where we were dealing with about 60 or 70 kids there at Accelerated Sports Metrics. And I pull a plug in. It's impossible to have accurate stats and evaluation on players if you don't know who they are. So parents, event operators, summer coaches, high school coaches, you want exposure for your kid, turn your rosters in. I don't know how many backflips Jimmy and them had to turn to get those accurate rosters there, but help the kids.
All I can tell y'all, I'm looking at the roster Shadow Creek, and the number one player on Shadow Creek is Money Mike, number one. Hey, Jimmy, I got Money Mike. Hold on, wait. I got Money Mike as number one. Jimmy, you got this thing. Dude, this all right. I wouldn't have never thought about this.
So when you're comparing, and that's the thing I was saying.
Who comparing?
I'm just saying some people out there in mind, they compare themselves to me. When I'm doing events, I'm not comparing myself. I'm not thinking about a guy that's comparing himself to me. I'm doing these events, I'm innovating constantly. And if you don't have the capacity to, at some point in time, innovate, then you will always be equivalent to a piece of cloth on Harwin Street. If people in Houston, they know about Harwin back in the 80s and what you used to go in Harwin. That's where you get your knockoffs at. It's just a knockoff.
Why is you got showcase? What's the difference? See, you shouldn't have sent me to this damn app. Because I'm finna. Yeah. What's the difference in the showcase and the Super 16s? Why?
Well, the Super 16, of course, that's the tournament portion of the event. There are some teams that are good enough to play in the tournament. However, once you get to a certain amount of slots, it's filled up. Or they have an option. They'll say, well, look, we'd just rather play 2 games on Sunday. And that means you're not obligated to be there on Friday or Saturday and on Sunday morning. Now you know what time you play. You're going to play, sit, play. That's the format of the showcase. That means you're going to, whatever time you play your first game, you're going to sit one game and you'll play that second game. And that's the benefit of a showcase. And that way now you get to play against a compatible opponent. And we get a chance to evaluate, some of those kids in one of those games, if not both. That's the thing about it. And the thing about the showcase, Adam, this year, once again, I went the extra mile with the scheduling to ensure that the showcase games, the first 2, for the most part, they will only be played not in competition with the bracket or the semifinals for the most part. Now, for most of them.
Okay.
That's the good thing about the showcase. Like I say, this thing, guys, is invite only. I really believe, that's why I say, honestly, I believe that should be a Super 16 in every city. But I realized after really giving it thought, and I've been preaching that for years, that it should be in certain cities, major cities, it should always be a Super 16. Here's the deal, though. In order to do this versus this tournament per se, in difference from a regular fall shootout, it costs much more money. Why is that? Well, that means more expenses. And most people that do these events, they're trying to save on their expenses. So it costs, for example, if a team is playing 3 games in a fall shootout, he plays 3 games, they go home. Well, in this event, you can play as many as 6 games. That's twice as many games for the same fee that they're paying to get in. These teams aren't paying no much more than they paying to get in.
Tell them what that costs. It costs us about $130 a game.
Man, nobody want to hear all that, man, right now. Man, you trying to take a jug at Jesse. Man,
hey, man, Jesse took a jug at us, didn't he, Jimmy?
I don't think he was shooting us. I just, like I said, on the
No, he wasn't taking the plug. He lived way somewhere else, man. It's happening everywhere, Branch. It ain't got nothing to do with you, baby. Hey,
and you on the East Coast.
Yeah, he on the East Coast.
Think about it. You can only imagine. It costs about $25 to get in those games.
Yeah.
Cost of living is high.
They came down here to the Metroplex and ran a deal with some little boys, little ball beaters, and them little boys about 10 years old, and they were charging $30 or $40 a head to come in the game out there at Drive Nation.
That's all right, but guess what? Wow. Because hold on, Jimmy. But that's the economics of this. That's capitalism. That what Brad said a minute ago. That's the capitalism, Robert. The referees. Hold on. The referees got to get paid, Brad. Come on now.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I didn't have any problem.
Okay. No, I'm messing with you. Come on, Jimmy. I'm loving that, Jimmy.
Yeah, but around the country, certain areas, the cost of living, you have different. It's
cost of living is higher.
Like gasoline. Right
$4
now,
a gallon.
Gasoline in California is $4.50 a gallon. Well, it's not. That's for $4.25 to $4.50. But for regular unleaded in Houston, it's about $2.60, $2.50 or $2.60 or so. Well, guess what?
$2.89 and
go to California.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the cost of living is higher.
So that means you got to pay the referee a little more money.
So that means what I'm saying. When a person from California all of a sudden comes to Houston and he got a gas station, he want to start charging $4.60 a gallon, people in Houston got a problem with that. You see the difference now? You ain't in California, so don't charge us California prices. There's different markets for different things.
That's what he's talking about, Jimmy.
So that means when the numbers go outside of the norm, what the market value has set for that area, then you got a question for a reason for concern. And that's what's at stake right now with some people doing events, and you like Brand say, and you start the gouging on the prices.
Okay.
And what happens?
You get consumer unrest.
But you know what I'm doing right now, Jim? Y'all,
What's that?
I done forgot what y'all said. Man, I'm over here looking at this kid. I'm over here at this app trying to find out who I'm going to go watch this weekend. And y'all know I'm gonna
Man,
be at the Shadow Creek game.
I'm gonna tell you these teams. We got Atascocita, the Woodlands Christian, Grace Christian, which won state this past year. We got Westfield, Katy Paytow, Straight Jesuit, Cy Ranch, Summer Creek, Dickinson, Katy Tompkins, Concordia Lutheran, LaPorte, Elkins, Kingwood, Westbury Christian, Beaumont United, Clearbrook, Dawson, Bush, Bel Air, C.E. King, Shadow Creek, Goose Creek Memorial, Houston Christian. Those are in the tournament portion. It's 24 teams. And so they'll play, everybody plays 2 pool games, 8 pools of 3. Everybody advances into a 24-team bracket, right? If you win your pool, the bracket play starts Saturday evening, Saturday late afternoon, about 4 o'clock. If you win your pool, you don't play any of those late games on Saturday. You get to buy over and come back on Sunday, the way that I did the schedule. So that means 8 of those teams will be extracted or eliminated by Saturday evening. By the time the sun goes down, it will only be 16 teams remaining. That's the Super 16. So are you one of the Super 16 teams in Greater Houston that we will see this on this weekend? Mind you, understand something. This means in this event, you could lose both pool games and still have a chance to win the whole tournament.
No.
A lot of people might understand, yes, because everybody goes into the same bracket. You can lose both pool games and still make a run. You can have a chance to get it together, pull yourself up, and correct.
You're not pushing you over to a silver bracket or a bronze bracket.
No,
one bracket.
Everybody goes into the same bracket. So now, like I say, there's a lot. This thing. So in other words, and I don't have just like if you in pool A and whatever you do, you're gonna play pool D. I don't have it like that. I got it mixed up a little bit on purpose. So that means now you don't know who you might play. You know what I'm saying? Until you know what place you came in. You know what I'm saying? You just know if you're going to play the first place pool team out of this pool or the second place. It ain't like a pool is matched up with a pool like a lot of people do in the scheduling. Yeah. I made it where it can be where you have a lot.
Jimmy tricking the game a little bit so you can't really predict and scout and get ready to know who
you can't really all the way through. Yeah.
Now once you get over into the bracket play, now you there. Now you know which way you're going. You're going to play the winner of this next step of it. But you know the interesting thing. RCS Sports is a scouting service, Texas Boys Basketball.com, the scouting service. There are a few other scouting services in the state of Texas. And I'm just looking at the amount of prospects that are in this event. And, what I would say is to the kids and the parents, have your kids ready to play.
How can you do that, Brent? How in the hell you can have? How can you have them ready to play?
Mentally. There you go. Mentally ready to say, look, son, you go out there, you defend, you box out, you rebound, you take good shots. Because I'm just sitting here thinking about this weekend. College coaches, have already started their recruiting process from no matter what level you want to look at. They're in the middle of their recruiting. College coaches are calling. Ernie Ziegler just called me from Mississippi State trying to see when our schedule was out for this weekend. And you think about all these prospects right here. This thing is loaded with prospects right here.
But Jimmy, what I was saying, y'all, I think both of y'all missed me. You said have them mentally. What if a parent don't know how? Give a parent some things to have that you feel that him mentally prepared. Because some parents might not know what it means by mentally prepared.
Okay, I said it. Maybe I said it too fast. Yeah. I'll let Jimmy give his version. Uh-huh. My version of it is to realize that you need to play hard every single possession. Okay. This is not some open gym showcase, stand around, snow burden, not getting back on defense. not boxing out, not rebounding, beating the air out of the basketball, the ball not moving. This same thing the high school coaches want them to do. You know, because I mean, these games are going to be evaluated. I'm not sure if coach is using video, if Jimmy's using video here or not. One of the video companies is streaming it, or where they're going to go back and look at it. But the point is, this is a part of your resume to get recruited, and you're going to be seeing. I know there's going to be some really good scouting services there.
Right.
I've been there many a years. You know what I mean? Jimmy, how long have you been doing this? Probably about 12, 13 years?
No, we started the Super 16, and if you look
Probably
on the
about
app,
8-9 years. Probably about 8-9 years.
No. Now, Branch is gonna shock you. I'm gonna hold this up for you.
Man, you ain't nobody gonna be able to see that thing.
Yeah, you can. Watch
What?
this. Look.
Since 2000, man, I can't see 2012.
No.
2011.
That's what I
No,
said.
2004.
Look.
Lord have mercy.
Look.
2004. Yeah.
2004. Every
Okay.
year, those are the winners. Those are the
Okay.
winners.
Yeah,
A lot of
that-
time
that
flies.
probably-
These are the winners. And only
Time
one
flies.
team is won.
Whoa.
Only one team is won back to back.
I got a question. Steven Woods gonna officiate the games this weekend?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Why you officiating, Steven Woods? I just want to know. I'm sorry. I'm being nosy. Hey, hold up. This is what I'm saying. Alan Brown, Jimmy Hick.
Mhm.
I'm sitting there watching. Thank you, Karen. Karen telling me about a young kid I need to go see. His name Willie something from Westfield. Jim, I put him in my notes.
Willie Williams.
Willie Williams like that?
Well, he's led them in scoring and rebounding since the 9th grade. And that's very
He like
rare.
that then. Okay.
But and the thing, and Willie Williams, put it like this. Willie Williams is among the starting 5 of the top like non-Division I prospects in all of Greater Houston.
Okay.
Here's what it is. That type of stuff stings now when you tell the kids that. But
No.
then but it's like you go to the auto mechanic, to the car shop, they tell you what's wrong with your car. That stings as well. You go to the doctor, they tell you what's wrong with you. That stings as well. Well, in evaluating, this is a whole nother topic that step on a whole different ant bed. That I think there's so many people that
Division I versus Division II.
well, you're
Or
afraid
1v1.
afraid to properly evaluate the person to let them know, hey man, look, this is what you're not Division I right now. I always say use the word right now at the end. That way it gives room for modification. Otherwise, the people are going to take it and charge you.
Let me ask you this question, Jimmy. You make a valid point. You make a very valid point, Jimmy. Would you want to go to? I'll take one of your analogies. Would you want to go to the car dealership or mechanic or to the doctor, and they go back with the nurses and all the people in the background and talk about what's really wrong with you, or what's really going on with you, or what's really going on with your car, but nobody ever tells you, and you just come in, pay your money, and walk out, and you don't know the real deal? That would be unlawful. That'd be blasphemous if a profession did that. But in the scouting service business, we tend to just not talk to parents and certain people in the public. But when we turn around and create the reports and we talk to college coaches and we talk to NBA scouts, that's where the truth is. But for some reason or other, basketball is the only place where people don't want the truth. Why is that? I'm just challenging. I'm just curious. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're acknowledging that people don't want the truth in when it comes to basketball, youth basketball. A lot of parents or a lot of coaches, a lot of families don't want the truth. And your question is, your statement is, why is it that basketball is pretty much the only sport where people don't want to know the truth? Right? Correct? That's what you're saying?
Pretty much. That's it. That's
They can't handle the truth, soldier.
What? I mean, that's a question we have to talk.
But I'm gonna take one out. I'm gonna take one out of Jimmy Hicks's book. This is what they should be looking at. Tell me the truth, because one thing I know about the truth, according to Jimmy Hicks, and we're gonna give him credit for it, saying the truth changes, the facts change. That's why Accelerated Sports, we're in the fact collecting business. And I've had plenty of players. Jimmy, I found my way into this business through what's called the sleeper.
Jimmy.
I've had plenty of guys. They told me, "Oh, you were crazy on at this point," but they continue to elevate themselves.
Jimmy, I'm tired of y'all. These parents are not delusional. They just don't.
Quit being sarcastic. You just trying to. Hey, if you want to get into
These
the
parents are
comedian
not
business,
delusional.
hey,
They just don't see the game the way you see it, Brent. Look, Johnny is look like Kyrie Irving and him, and you think little Johnny look like
okay. If Lil Johnny scored 20 points and Lil Johnny put up 30 shots and take 97 dribbles and turn it over 17 times, you trying to tell me Lil Johnny can play or know how to play?
No, but
what?
no, he can't play. But no, that ain't what I'm trying to tell you. But Jimmy, you was about to make a point. Then Brent said something. What was you saying, Jimmy? You were about to make a point.
Shit, I done forgotten.
I know it, Brent. But no, but you know,
ran me off the side of the road. I called him.
I know it, but these parents, man, y'all, we keep saying the parents are delusional. But Jimmy,
now I remember.
Okay,
now.
Come on.
I remember now. The question was in that about the youth and people knowing the truth. And the thing is, my solution is throw it out there anyway. If that's your truth, throw it out there anyway. And guess what? No matter what, you'll be able to sleep at night. And I had a little turbulence because I kept it too real for some folks and would let it be known my evaluation. And then guess what happens? And I remember a lot of guys out there probably watching right now from afar on their screens get upset when I say this guy here, you know, he's not a Division I player right now. And then the guys say, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about because I played." You know, this is another person maybe talking. Man, I played this many years of basketball. I played overseas. I know what it looked like. And I'm like, well, here's the thing. Here's my new thing. Now I give you a Hicksism every quarter. Here's your T-shirt material right now. You guys, you may know basketball. I know recruiting. Remember that shit.
Big difference.
Remember that shit. I know recruiting.
It's a big difference.
No matter how good you are in basketball, I know how the recruiting goes.
It's a great
difference. I done been there and have done that.
But the point.
So
Jimmy's right.
Think about how many guys. Think about it. Clyde Drexler thought his son was Division I.
Joe did. Adamant about it. He was. He played at U of A.
Matt Bullard just came through here, said, "You know what? My son ain't got to play grassroots basketball the 12th grade year. He ain't got to play AAU. We going to show y'all."
Clyde's son played at U of H, though.
Your son did not play on scholarship. He didn't. He wasn't part of the rotation. That's what I mean by that. Okay. You basically challenge the world to prove somebody right, and what you end up doing, your son ends up miserable because you, the grown up, trying to prove another grown up wrong about.
What makes Jimmy right? What makes Jimmy right in what he's saying is the difference in recruiting and knowing basketball. When you don't know the pool of talent that's being selected from, that's what makes people delusional. I remember the kid Adam Drexler. He was a good athlete, a little bit of a straight line driver, a little stiff. He had talent, but Clyde Drexler now pretty much the same age. He's a couple of years older than me, I think. Back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he did have a better Division I chance. But the pool has risen so much now. It's just like this weekend. That was my point. You got the Lone Star JUCO Prep Showcase is going to be going this weekend. You got the Super 16 Extravaganza going to be going on this weekend, loaded with prospects. There's going to be a lot of kids that are going to play in there, going to have success. They're not going to be Division I prospects. They may play somewhere, but that's what Jimmy is saying is if people get confused, it looks like, oh, look, Johnny had 25. Where's Duke? Where's North Carolina? Where's University of Houston? Why they not recruit him? Branch, he had 35. You don't know what you're looking at. He did this, he did that. Yeah, I know what I'm looking at, but I also was sitting at Pangos. I was sitting at NBA Top 100 camp. The pool in which the players are being extracted from. It's like the class of 2022. A kid has a better chance had a better chance of being a Division I player in the class of maybe 2019 than he had in the class of 2022 because that crop. And then now you turn around and change the rule on the transfer rule. I got plenty of clients that are sitting there saying, we got 4 scholarships. We're going to spend this 1 scholarship right here, and we're going to chill for a minute and see what this transfer portal going to look like. Branch, have you got the numbers and all the situations? And I want to say this too. I'm gonna give you a little cheat sheet, a little, as Jimmy like to call it, a little nugget here. I'm gonna drop a nugget on Jimmy. It is better to transfer up than transfer down in this new world that we're in.
Jimmy been saying that.
Yeah, they want to run because you know why? If you go higher than you, or you press the envelope about how high you're gonna go, you know what you're not gonna have when things don't work out there? You're not gonna have a body of work. You're not gonna have numbers. And people recruit off the transfer portal based on the numbers or statistics or numbers that you put up in a Division I atmosphere. Make sense, Jimmy?
And Jimmy, I would like to say that's one of the most profound things I've heard on this show. I mean, you said something that's key, and I don't want to gloss over it because I wanted to put it where the goats can get it, Jimmy, because that goes over some people's head and goes out the window. You said it's people might know more basketball than me, guy like me. But you know more recruiting than me because I ain't had to deal with this recruiting stuff like you have for years after years. You've been doing this shit. So guess what? People got to understand it's a big difference. I might look at a basketball player and look at him from a basketball standpoint. You talking to these damn coaches every day, you looking at him from a recruitable standpoint. And I just wanted to bring that. I wanted to get it to people because that went over some people's head and they ain't even asked that question. I know they didn't understand it. But it's a big, big difference. I'm sitting there listening to the terms that even Branch and all the recruiters in the scouting service use. I would never use all them damn terms they be using. He's stiff and straight line driving. I don't use all that mess. I know whether a guy can play or not. But y'all been doing this stuff. You talk to college coach. I mean, boy, I wish Snoop was on this show today. But you talk to, I had one of the greatest conversations at your mom's funeral, sitting out there in the hot sun with Snoop Johnson. And he was just telling me players when you get to these campuses, man, they want to know if your little behind can compete. Because everything they going to do, how you doing, is compete. Can you win? Can you help me win ball games? And I'm sitting there saying, but these kids up here, Jimmy ain't got me right. Doug and them got me right too long. Dude,
Robert.
It's a difference between, Jimmy, I'm going to repeat, Jimmy, between basketball and knowing basketball and recruiting. I just had to give you that one, Jimmy. Huh?
Yeah.
I got one for Robert. Robert, you asked me something years ago. You said, Branch, you keep on telling my son and different kids to play hard.
Yeah.
They think they're playing hard. I say, okay, you know what the definition of playing hard from an evaluation standpoint? That you play every single play that you're on the court like you're in triple overtime for the state championship and there's only 30 seconds to go in the game. That's what playing hard is at the college level. And that's what kids don't understand. There is no lax time. When you go to that table from the time when that ball goes in until that whistle blows, like we say in football, you block till the whistle blows, you play till the whistle blows. That's the way college basketball. So we playing hard. The ball is on the other side, doesn't have anything to do with me. You see a man in ball and in the stands, regardless. And that's what they don't understand. That's why they have such a hard time transitioning from boys basketball to men's basketball. I had a hard stop at 2:00. When I jumped on with you.
Well, go on, get out of here. Thank you, baby. I appreciate
man,
you.
Man, good to see both of you guys. Man, good to see you, Jimmy.
Go all right,
man. Branch, we got one thing for you before you go. I want best for last. Right. And as I'm doing so, you guys on YouTube, I just posted the schedule for the Super 16 on YouTube and the Facebook. Both of the schedules are there. You can click on it, or there's a link for you to click on, and you can check out the schedule. Now, Branch, last week we got intel about you. People know you in the basketball circles, but you was was on the chitlin circuit and was
No,
a
I wasn't.
calf.
No, whoa. Let me correct you. No, you're wrong. You just went wrong.
What
I was at the PRCA for
and what's
those that don't
PRCA?
know. That's equivalent to the NFL or the NBA or any of that.
What is that?
Of
what?
Of what?
What is that?
Of rodeo, yeah.
Oh, rodeo. PRCA.
You were
The professional
how good
rodeo.
of a calf rope. So you were how good were you in that? Give us your calf roping resume. 'Cause that's a sport too, brother. Rodeo, that's a sport.
Yeah, top 75 in the world.
In the world? In the world,
Not in
Craig?
Harris County.
Hey, Craig.
Not
Craig.
in the state.
No, not in Harris County, not in the
Craig.
state. Yeah, when you go to the top 15 are there. If you go to the expanded deal, I ranged anywhere from in the 60s to 100 of the PRCA standards in my event.
Wow.
Now I'm going to give Jimmy some credit on this chitlin circuit. As Black Cowboys, we always went to the Black events.
Okay.
Because the Black events is how we financed our ability to jump on planes and fly around the country. And also we have a hell of a time, especially when we be over in Louisiana. We have a hell of a time from a social perspective. So it was always a good thing to go run over on Parker Road or somewhere in the hood to a rodeo and go have a chance to go make a, because the investment was so low.
Right.
You could put $30, you could invest $30, $35 and win $500 or $600.
Okay.
You know, off of $20 worth of gas.
So break.
Well, when you at the livestock show, the entry fees were $275. You might have to fly back from Denver or from Scottsdale or somewhere to get there in time to do it. Show them the picture. I said to share the picture.
You didn't send it to me.
I sent it to Jimmy though.
Oh,
yeah,
I
don't.
You didn't send me that.
Hold on. While I'm looking for the picture, Branch, we have a
I
question.
got
He got to go, man. He got to go.
Hold
go.
on. Darryl Bourne said, my cousin is Fred Winfield. He was a world champion several times. Say, Branch, do you know Fred?
Fred now rodeo. I took Fred to his first PRCA rodeo.
Nah.
Fred Whitfield lived with me.
Nah.
Fred Whitfield came and lived with me when he was 17 years old. We got our been in NCAA basketball too long. We got our PRCA permits at the exact same time. We took our first pro rodeo that both of us went to was in Goliad, Texas.
Man, I'm done. I done learned something new every day. I'm done. Branch Cowboy.
Branch, you dipped that Copenhagen, you dipped that skull, you put that stuff in your mouth?
I played around with it a little bit when I was in my 20s and I was young, but I never did care for it. I never was a habit.
Go and do your thing, Branch. We'll see, man. We got Branch.
Where you plug it at? You put it in your front? You put it in the side? Where you what?
Ask them baseball. Shane Reynolds and them over there with you with the Astros. You run them baseball. You old baseball guy. He's sitting there trying to talk like he Hollywood. That's an old back catcher right now. Chris Walker played back catcher, didn't he? What did you play? What did you play?
Chris Walker played back catcher.
Jimmy played bench. Jimmy played benchy.
No, not in those leagues. I was a star in those leagues.
Oh, you a star? Oh, you was a red ant over there. You was a red ant.
Chris Walker over there.
I didn't ride the bench.
What was that man used to come pick y'all up? I hear Walker call his name all the time. Man, he come pick y'all up, play Little League baseball.
Frank Seals.
Yeah, Frank Seals. That's right, Frank Seals.
He's a legend. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm done with y'all, man. I am done with you
Hall of
too.
Fame
No, you should. I don't have the. Let's see. Let me pull it up here. Let's see how good it'll show up.
Branch, don't mess up your meeting messing around with us over here now.
No, I'm texting with him right now.
I sent you the picture of Branch.
Let me see, man. Let me see, man.
Branch on the calf, roping it.
No, focus.
I just sent you the picture of Branch. Branch, hey, Branch on the calf. Branch, what was your takedown? What was your time? What was your time?
Let me. I'm gonna explain something to you. See, guys, you got to help when people have ignorance or they're not aware of what's going on. What does that clock? What does that clock say right there on the wall? Look at the picture. I'm talking to Robert.
Okay,
look at the picture. What does that clock say?
It said.
Let me look at it.
298.
Is that what it says? 290. I thought it said 253, but that's still 298. Still cool.
You know, I can't see. It might be
What
52. I can't see.
292.
292.
Okay.
At 292, I'm beside my horse, two swings. Look at all those guys standing there watching.
Right.
I got it on him, and I'm on the ground. I still had I won that round that was at the North Final rodeo out in El Paso one year. I won that round. I'm at a point right then. It's kind of like a basketball game. Like a basketball game, you 3 possessions up and got the ball with 20 seconds to go in the game. That's why they all looking like they're looking right on that picture.
Man, you
Like there
just
he
made
is
my
standing
day,
beside it
Doc.
with Slay.
You just made my day, man.
Robert Jr. mother knows. She remembers because she used to. Eric Blakely and I used to come back. He knows Eric Blakely. Eric's deceased now.
Oh yeah,
Rest
he
in
went
peace.
cashmere.
Man, y'all wrong for that, Brent. Brent.
You got to realize. Hey, I was raised up. There it is, right there.
There
Okay,
you go.
there it is. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Let me make it a little bit. Let me squeeze it. Let me squeeze it down a little bit there, Brent. I'm
That's
trying.
in El Paso, 1993.
Yep.
Branch, what kind of jeans them is? Wranglers?
Yeah, that's all we wore back then. Well, they came up.
Boy.
Chinch came along. Fred Whitfield got the Chinch endorsement deal. So we got a hold.
What kind of boots you wore, Branch? What was your boots?
Man, Brent, you better be glad I wasn't there. I'd have been throwing some tomatoes at you out there.
Man, I used to sign autographs then. See a whole bunch of little kids that didn't look like us to stand there and want autographs.
Hey man, Jimmy, I can't believe you asked that question. But thank you, Brent. You had a great comeback. That was unbelievable. Man, I'm just proud. Boy,
Well, I was raised on almost 1,000-acre ranch. Man, I've been around horses and cows all my life.
Wow.
So you listen to Charlie Pride and Conway Twitty and all them back in the days, huh? That was your music.
You remember when Garth Brooks, Fred Whitfield and I were with Garth Brooks when No Borders, I think is the name of that song. He did that song live. It ended up being won the award or what a music awards deal. We were in Kemper Arena. Right there across in Kansas City at the American Royal Livestock Show in Kemper Arena, and he would sit in his camper the day that he got famous on that song right there. Low places and
like
high
a
living,
rhinestone cowboy, riding out on the range on.
George,
hey man,
you know who knows the whole story? Always tease me about it. Buzz Williams. Buzz always said, man, we're going to retire and move out to West Texas. We'll leave all these basketball people alone. We're going to ride around. We'll have plenty of money. And we don't have to worry about no more of this basketball stuff.
Man, Branch, thank you so much. Jimmy, I can't believe you brought that up. But boy, Branch said, whoa. Hold up. Jimmy, you missed it. You got
to put me on the chitlin circuit.
That man said, whoa.
I was on television on a regular basis.
I see all the white guys standing in the background on that picture. That wasn't no chilling circuit right there.
Yeah.
Hey, but anyway, guys, y'all, you know what time is. And also, guess what?
I got to go, man. Y'all going to mess me up. I told this guy I'll meet him.
Go on, Branch. I got you.
Okay, go ahead. Y'all out, man. Peace.
All right. Thanks so much. That's our Branch, guys. You make sure you follow him. You see Accelerated Sport Analytics, and that is on. Follow him as well. Now, as we get ready to land the plane, I want to. I'm not going to say the name of the coach, but there's a college coach that was watching today, and he says that he was impressed by the fact that what Alan Branch had said about when you're evaluating, and I wanted to highlight this.
Okay, good.
And a lot of people don't get this because you're so consumed with just how many points little Johnny scores, and you automatically think that it translates over to because he averages this, he should be recruited by that school. Layups are hardly count in the evaluations unless you had to beat somebody off the dribble, right? And you had to go through or over somebody at the rim. So layups are good for the comparisons and the self-esteem and the resume on the high school level. But a lot of those, that's why you see a lot of times when you see little Johnnies, a lot of these little midgets, they go and they get by and they go shit a layup. And a college coach in their mind saying, well, that guy was 6'3", you did the layup over. We're gonna be playing against 6'9". You would be on your ass trying to come in the paint, trying to lay that ball up like that. Or the ball would get swatted and you'll be getting off the floor, and while the other team is going the other way down the court with a 5-on-4 at the worst case scenario, fast break. That's the thing. So as we leave you with that nugget, we ask you to grab it, understand it. What he was saying. Not saying that you shouldn't count no layups, but understand a lot of baskets people look at and they will say when they evaluate, the true evaluators will determine eventually if and how many of the baskets that you score are college baskets.
Great.
That's the term they use.
Yes.
College baskets.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
see? And so that's why a lot of people that score all their points from the free throw line in high school, if they're a guard, that doesn't necessarily translate over unless he's a super, super aggressive. And it doesn't. Man, that's wrong. That's wrong,
Archie,
man.
thank you, Archie. That was Archie. Keep talking, Jimmy. I ain't mean to make you laugh. That Archie put that up there for me. Archie sent me that, man. I put it on the screen, y'all.
Archie cold, man.
Archie is a bad man, man.
And yes, Kenneth Gamble, that did go over a lot of people's head. Alan Branch did claim that he was in the camper with Garth Brooks. I mean, when he made that song back in the day.
Yeah.
Understand something, guys. Know what another moral to the story today is?
What?
A lot of you guys, a lot of us don't ask enough questions to learn about more people that are important components in this sector. We don't ask enough questions. If more of you guys ask me questions about my journey, then you will understand a lot of the stuff that comes and how I rock. A lot of you guys would ask Heather more questions about his journey. Then you'll understand some of the whys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Alan Branch, by default, we just pulled it out and shared that with you. Very important, because guess what? There's a lot of people that watching the show that are fond of rodeoing, of cowboying. They're fond of that.
Yes.
You know, in different stroke for different stroke. I just didn't have the father or the family that that had the means to where you can go and get on a horse at will, or get on a boat and go fishing. It just wasn't I didn't have it there. I tell you, I've only been fishing one time in my entire life, and I was too young to even remember what the hell I did. I was less than 12 years old. I've never been fishing. I've been crawfishing in the ditch before, back when I was a little boy. I've never been fishing in my life.
I never went but twice, Jimmy. Two of the worst experiences in my life. Once deep sea fishing, I got sick, and then one in a lake, and we didn't catch nothing. So I ain't never went back. But I never went back. But that was so unique that you brought that up with Alan Branch and the different line. I watched this movie the other day, Jimmy. I got a new affinity for I call it the Concrete Cowboys. They Idris Elba on if y'all take a look at great movie called the Concrete Cowboys on Netflix with Idris Elba is Jimmy. They in Philadelphia, right in the middle of the city. Jimmy had a cowboy culture in the middle of the city, and I think it's still alive today. So it's just so much stuff, man. It made me. You took me back to that movie when Branch, because I thought Branch you was playing. I thought you was playing, but I'm glad to know one of our own is a concrete cowboy.
Yeah, man. And then also we got a question Olga asked. So what type of shots are considered college baskets for shorter kids? Now, when you say shorter kids, I'm talking about high school varsity players. And so the shorter kids in that aspect, not a shorter 6th grader or a shorter 8th grader, shorter 11th to 12th grader. Mid-range jumpers can translate over for a shorter guard. That means you're having enough sense to not take your ass up in there too close to the basket. 3-pointers, right, in rhythm of an offense, open those, the ability to knock that down transfers over. So think of that most. That's why we always say if you're short, meaning in high school, if you're 5'10" or below, you have to be dynamic. There had to be one thing about you that has to be special. Mm-hmm. Is it can you touch the top of the square? Are you the fastest person baseline to baseline with the ball in your hand, advancing it? Or you just a defensive specialist? You have to be special, have one special attribute if you are 5'10" or below. And that's the thing. So that means and that's the easy evaluation. B. Scott was on here earlier, Hatter, and she acknowledged. She used the term, I think she used, I don't know if it was dynamic or something like that about her kid. She
said
noticed
undeniable.
Undeniable. So she noted right now her sons are not undeniable. That's a good evaluation. And ain't nothing wrong with that because that's right now. That's why he's working out and training and getting better, and both of them on their craft. Because we've had many of them that were not undeniable at one point.
I like that about Stephen Woods. Stephen Woods,
a 5'11" D1 guard that scored 1,400 college career points. These 3 shots did it for me.
And he's talking about himself.
Now, what 3 shots?
The floater, the pull-up jumper. What did he say?
Oh.
The mid-range. Yeah, the mid-range pull-up jumper and 1 dribble pull-up. Hey, that one. And Jimmy, I'm gonna tell you, a coach telling me about the one who's got the ability to go down there fast off the dribble, the guard, and pull up and shoot that jumper right there at the free throw line. Dude, like Eric Snow made a living of, the guys don't even do no more. It's unbelievable. It's unstoppable because the guys got to retreat. It's unstoppable if you can make that shot. But now we got to be shot makers, not shot takers. But Jimmy, let's get us out. But thank you, Coach. The coach who didn't want to be identified. But thank you, Coach, for even coming on and saying that. And let me tell you something. Hey, that's what the Chop Shop do. That's what we do. Jimmy, take us home, baby.
Yeah, it's that time, guys. We want to thank you for joining the Chop Shop. We want to thank Alan Branch for joining us and chopping up with us on this Monday. We'll talk football on tomorrow. We'll talk college football on tomorrow. The AP poll is out. There's some huge shakeups, and there are some teams that just knew they were going to play for the national championship, and they don't have no chance in hell. They're playing for them now. We'll talk about those college teams.
Wait a minute, not a team that paid their coach some extra money. You ain't talking about no kid. The team that gave the coach extra money. You ain't talking about
That's one of them. Okay. That's one of them. Okay. Two of them. Two of them.
Okay.
At least 2 of them that don't have a chance in hell to make it up there nowadays. And
I got a question though, Jimmy. How does it feel to be an Alabama fan? You know why I said they always have a good weekend, man. I'm talking about they always have a good weekend.
We see Peaches and Michael Smith, and we see them how they roll.
Never lose.
And they know what? The Alabama fans, they getting close to becoming them Cowboys. No. Cowboys ain't won that. They getting close to becoming the Steelers fans. They getting really close to becoming them Steelers fans, the Alabama fans.
Man, it got to be feel good. It got to be feel. It might. Every weekend you're talking about Roll Tide. every weekend until the basketball season starts. But Jimmy, get us out of here.
But anyway, guys, make sure you share the show on the way out the door. Share the show on your way out the door of the Chop Shop. Hey, man, it was a good thing. And, of course, we'll share with you tomorrow. Got some stories, of course, where the Chop Shop was this past weekend while you guys was off.
Oh,
Went
yeah.
hobnobbing. We'll share that with you on tomorrow as well. And, of course, tonight, we kept our word. You guys did not get us to 1,000 views. 1,000 subscribers. And this would have been a perfect night to jump this thing off with Monday Night Football. But once again, if you're on the Facebook, go over to our YouTube page, subscribe to our YouTube page so that we can get to that 1,000 mark. And then until then, of course, tonight, Philadelphia is at the Cowboys. And that's going to be a huge game because of the fact that we got Hurts, who's from Channelview, Texas, Channelview High School, that is, and he'll be in action on Texas soil, and it'll be great to see if this young man can pull up this W. Cowboy fans, tomorrow, guess what, guys? If you have a Cowboy fan and they one of your personal friends, watch, they're a whole lot different after a loss. When they win, the stock market goes up. When Cowboy fans win, Wall Street is going. You could be bullish on Wall Street tomorrow. If they lose, you're going to be bearish, and that's just how it goes. And that's how it is in society. Road rage will be at a premium, whatever city you live in. If Dallas Cowboys lose this game tonight,
Jimmy, let me tell you something.
Matter of fact,
I'm cheering for the Cowboys tonight. How about them Cowboys? I'm cheering for them tonight. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm cheering for them tonight.
Lord,
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
yeah.
Y'all know
I'm cheering
that.
for them tonight. Hey, Olga, I'm with you tonight, Olga. CD Lamb gonna have some lamb chops on y'all tonight. Yes, sir.
I'm going. That know what that mean? I'm finna go over to FanDuel. I'm finna go take these 4 punts right now. I'm finna take these punts right now. I get with y'all tomorrow. You know what? For Robert Haller, this Jim Hicks, we up out of here, guys, on this Monday. See you guys in 22 hours. I'm gonna take these punts right now. I'm gone. Chop chop. Peace.
Hold up, I'm trying to hit the button. Oh, yeah.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.